Hi everyone! Welcome back to Slanted Scrolls. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, and if you're new here, hi. I make videos about stationery that I use. And today, I'll be working on some of my 30 days, 30 inks entries. So if you're not familiar with that, it's just an activity where we swatch or show one ink every day for 30 days. And with my fountain pen group, we usually do it on months with 30 days. So now that it's June, not all of us, but we've decided to do some 30 inks, 30 days entries. And okay, previously I usually like working with handwriting so that you would know what the ink actually looks like when it's in a pen. So to do that easily, I use my Sailor Hocoro to do this. So this was when I did 30 inks 30 days back in September, and I'll link the short I did about it, but these are some of my entries. So I use an A5 notebook, and I transcribe words from a book. However, June is a bit busy for me, so I've decided to make my entries easier, and I have this Midori A7 blank, and it's so small. This is what it looks like compared to an A5 notebook. And then what I did was just did the swatches because I don't have time to work on the writing. So yeah, I'll show you my days 1 to 10, and then I'll work on the swatches for days 11 to 15. Um, so this is the first five would be um, Fanyantan and Huhufiu collaboration. So this is a nice red. It's called Get Rich Soon. I'm not sure if the translation is accurate, but Get Rich Soon. And then this one, I could not find an English translation, but it's a gray. And then next is called, okay, I'll just use. So this one, it's called Step into the New Journey on Snowy Roads. And so it's a really pretty ink. And the next is also Spring Banquet. And then this is a nice orange autumn pine tree. We have Moonlit Night. And then Night Moon. Wow, I hope it would show up nicely on paper, but this one sheens a lot. Like when you have this in a pen, it would write almost all sheen. We also have Dream Floating Bridge. This one is pretty as well. And um, Spring Flowers on Water. This is my day 9. And then lastly, day 10, which is probably my favorite, my second favorite alongside the Night Moon. So this one is Yangshan Snowbud Tea. And my stamping was a bit not centered. Well, it's really not centered, but yeah, it's such a nice reading. So these are my Fanyantan inks. I have some more Fanyantan inks, but some of them I've swatched already in previous 30 inks 30 days. So now, starting with day 15. Okay. This was what my format looks like. I have the stamp here and the swatch, and then I have the brand and then the ink name. And then here in the upper right corner, I just have the day. And all of this are written with my glass pen because it's all easy. So I use the tip of the glass pen to swatch, and then the writing bit for the writing. And yeah, so this way it's very easy for me to do the entries, and I usually do them in bulk. What I wanted to do was like post or how I do the ink of the day every day, but that would take too much time, and just at this moment I'm a bit too busy to do that, so I decided I'll just do it in batches of 5. And so I have already stamped the pages. I use some rubber stamps, and then this uh, Ukidel stamp. So this one, it's ink resistant. So if you use a stamp on it, um, the it resists the ink. So and it shows up this way. So yeah, this is what I use. So just put it here, I guess, but we won't be using this now because I've pre-prepared the pages. Since this one, you have to make it or let it dry for like 10 or 15, 10 to 15 minutes, and that's too long. So I prepared this like in the evenings. I would just stamp and then let it dry so that I can do the swatching sessions in bulk. So yeah, we'll start with day 11. I have here some interesting inks. They're all Majohn, and then one Hongdian ink. So I've already decanted them. And yeah, let's do it. So most of these are probably green, but I'll do this one. It's Majohn Zujajao, and it's a blue ink with gold shimmer. And hopefully there's still some shimmer left. And I will use this, what do you call this pencil board. And I'm not sure if you will be able to see the impression of the stamp, but it's there. Hopefully I've centered it a bit this time. I'll just shake it because uh, of the shimmer. Wow, that that shimmer is really nice. And then uh, for day 12, so what I'll do is just put a clip here so that when the page tries to, it won't touch the other page. Okay, so I think it looks better. It didn't react well with the Midori MD paper, but this is what it looks like on Crena paper, and as you can see, the swatch is better. Yeah. Anyway, so let's. I think these are all dry. To recap, this is day 11. It's the only shimmer I have, I think. That's not a sample. And then Majohn Shaochang-san and Majohn Shuyu and this Majohn Longan, which doesn't look good here, but it looks nice here. And lastly, Hongdian Bishan. So, I post my 30 inks, 30 days entries as like in my Instagram stories. I tried posting it on threads, but like it's too time consuming, so I just posted on Instagram stories, and then at the end of the month I'll probably do a recap similar to what I did on September last year. And I also just wanted to show because my fountain pen group was talking about ink washes, and like I don't know how to draw, but like these are some of the um, things that I bought some watercolor paper, 200 GSM. I need to get my hands on the pure or the 100% cotton ones, but these are what they look like. I don't really know how to draw, so I just did this with the glass pen. It's not really like the ink washes, but yeah, this is um the ink I showed earlier, Fanyantan Night Moon. This one, the sheeny bit, sheen ink. Yeah. And these are some of my, like, I tried, but I can't really draw. Because someone was sharing, like, photos of, like, flowers done with ink wash, and I really don't know how to do that, so I just did the swirly things, and, like, wow, the sheen on this ink. It's really nice. If I would choose my ink properties, first would probably be shading, and then next would be sheen. So these are two different kinds of paper. One is a bit more and one is a bit more white. I think the cream one is Fabriano, and then the white one is Canson. So this, like, I'm not sure if it will show on camera, but yeah, can you see that sheen? That's amazing. Anyway, I'll experiment more with watercolor. I realized that I actually have a passport size watercolor paper from when I went to, I'm not sure, actually was this Malaysia, because I collected some stamps from the shops there. So yeah, this one, it's upside down. And I intended to cut these up and add to my uh, travel journal for Malaysia, but I forgot. I totally forgot that I had. So yeah, those are some of the stamps. But I wasn't able to really find a lot of stamps. But yeah, I have this watercolor notebook, and I do some. I practice more ink washes, ink something with the ink and on watercolor paper with some water. But this is probably like my favorite ways as someone who can't draw. But yeah, some swirls and like lines and stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to show that because it really shows like I'm not really sure how to like show more of the ink properties. But if you have any ideas or suggestions, let me know. But yeah, and also while I was letting the ink dry, something came in the mail, so maybe I'll just open it now. The box is so battered. Wow. So these are some nibs. Uh, mm, yeah, so these are stack nibs. I'm not sure if you can see. It's like there's a stack nib here. Uh, yeah. So I got, wow, this one is big. I got them in, these are number 6 double stack nibs. Yeah. I'll try, let's see if I have like a pen that I can transplant this into, but it would, I'll keep this away because it will be, I think it will be a messy thing if I transplant the nib, because I think a lot of my number 6 pens have ink in them at the moment. So there's this one, and ooh, I can probably do the Kasama and then this. Ooh, or probably this one. Yeah, I don't really want to add more. Oh, but I like the medium. I think this one is a buck nib. I like this one, so I won't transplant something into that. Maybe I think this one is ink with a flex pen, so we can do without the flex pen. But yeah, I'll try. So this one has a Kasama nib. I want, this one is like a cursive italic grind by John Raymond Lim. Anyway, let's just try it then. Okay. Yeah, so I pulled, this is a friction fit nib, and maybe I'll try this giant one. Wow. It will use up ink so quickly. So you just have to align. Or do I have, maybe I'll have to wash it first. Would it fit or no? I think it fits. What is that monstrosity? Um, what's something nice to ink this with? But first, I'll have to secure. So I usually have or store spare nibs in vials. Let's look for. Yeah, I'll do this. I'll store this one because this has a specialty grind. And maybe I'll ink it with something nice. Let's try this. Kitty Inkpot, the origin of marshes and otters. And what I'll do is, ooh, wow. So if you write from uh, left to right, It sings. I don't like that, I think. Wow. So if you write at a low angle, it's this thick, and if you write at a high angle, yeah, I don't like that it sings though. Maybe I will have to have this tuned. But wow, it's like a marker. If you write at this angle, I think. Whoa, so this one is just. Yeah, this is. I'm not sure it will close properly, but I'll have to close it gently in case like the, yeah, it's near the end of the cap, so I'll have to be very careful with closing that. And then the other one, let's try it with this can write. I'm just gonna replace the can write ink. This one is ink with Konbu, Diamine Forever ink Konbu, which is the Manila pen show exclusive from Diamine. It's I'll soak this. I have to soak this nib because it's permanent ink, but I'll just. This one is the smaller one, so maybe. Sorry, I'm too lazy, so I'm just dipping it in. And then align the pages. This is what I like about friction fit nibs. Can easily transplant. And then the sample for this is stored away, so I'm just gonna prime the feed this way. Hopefully it will write. Not. Ooh. I think this one is nicer than the bigger one because you can write left to right without problems. Ooh, very nice. So I'll test this a bit first. I'll update you, but yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. It was just supposed to be 30 inks, 30 days, but some nibs came in and I'm very excited to try them. So sorry for the change in topic, but yeah, I just post or I just have chapters in case you just want to watch the 30 inks, 30 days. But yeah, this is my hands after swatching 5 inks. Not too bad, I think. And if you have any questions or like suggestions or comments, leave them down below. And hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much if you've reached the end of this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.